Welcome to Vagabond Outdoorsman. Today, I'm going to be touring one of the great fly fishing museums in the upstate New York area. Hey folks, today I got the opportunity to be up here in the Catskill Mountains of New York along the Beaverkill River, and I'm in the town of Livingston Manor. This is where the Catskill Museum of Fly Fishing is, right outside of Roscoe. And I'll just follow me along, see what this is like. Not really sure what to expect, so we'll take a look. Follow me. All right, so it's a pretty cool little bridge we got going on over here with some regulations. This is the Beaverkill River, kind of a legendary river to fly fish out here in the east. The guy way out there. And here we go, we're going into the museum. So here we go, we're gonna go inside the museum. This is really cool. So we'll take a look inside a little bit more here. So here's a pretty awesome little area of the museum. They got some. There's Jimmy Carter. Apparently he was a member of the Catskills Fly Fishing Museum, which is pretty cool. You know, as you walk through here, you see some of the old vintage vices. And then, you know, some of the old fly fishing vests and patches. And then they show, you know, the different types of animals and birds that they used for feathers back in the day. And here's a couple of different types of flies they got here. So, and you know, they got Mr. Wolf, and that's the fly tying guy in back, or the rod tying class going on in the background. I'm up here on Labor Day weekend, so it probably has a packed house. So, you know, here's some more of the more modern flies that they're tying. Boy Scouts of America. I remember when I was a kid, being in Boy Scouts, you know, we had to catch 3 different fish, and I caught all 3 of them up there in the Eastern Sierra. Not on a fly, though. But I caught them all one day up near Bishop, California. It was pretty cool, so I got my fly fishing merit badge that way. Got the old nets. Here's an old bamboo fly rod. That'd be pretty cool to own. Never fished with a bamboo rod yet. My dad, he actually did have a bamboo rod. I think it was more for decorative purposes, but maybe one of these days I'll get into a bamboo rod. That's a pretty cool little statue they got built over there. So now we're going to head over to the next building. I'm not sure exactly where it's at, but I think just follow the bouncing ball. So this over here is basically their recommended flies throughout the season, their hatches. Great little gift shop. Just became a member over here. Definitely worth the money. I think it's $40 for an individual for the year, and you get quite a few benefits. So I suggest it. So this is one of the other buildings, I guess. I think that's where the rod building is actually happening. It was actually a video, and I could just hear a voice earlier, so that was a video on the gentleman that was talking about his history of fly fishing. So, yeah, in there is the Wolf Gallery, which would be the Royal Wolf, etc., etc. one of the benefits that I saw that becoming a member, and like I said, for 40 bucks, if you ever get a chance, one, you're going to be supporting people, but and supporting fly fishing itself. But there's a pond apparently you can fish that is only available if you're a member. So we're going to take a look at that right now. So I'm actually walking along kind of a big moat area. Back over there was another picnic pavilion, which looked pretty cool. I'm not sure if they actually rent that out for parties or how that exactly works. You probably have to be a member. But the reason why I joined this was, one, to support fly fishing in general, but I wanted to learn some history, and was also really curious about, fly fishing out in the east is much different than out west. It's kind of similar, but it's a lot greener. The hatches are a lot different. So next year, hopefully, I'm invited back to go work at this camp that I've been working at. And therefore, I'm probably going to fish this area a lot more next season. It's kind of the start of September right now, 2024. And that's kind of apparently it's kind of a rough time of year to fish out here. Where in the west, it's kind of, depending on where you're at, so much water, so it's just gone. So here, water is not an issue, let me tell you. Matter of fact, water is more of an enemy with as much rain as they get around here. So right now I'm going to be walking through this kind of maze. We're going to see what is behind here. I want to be kind of quiet because I don't want to jump onto a fisherman. It's very rude, as you know. So apparently I was going in the opposite direction of this river loop trail. And I want to go check out this river overlook. There's a nice little walking path that they have built for us. So let's take a look exactly what this does. Trails are really well marked, which is great. Again, I'm from out west mainly, and you can see everywhere, and many of the times when I've fished out east, the southeast, Tennessee, that area, you can get lost real easily if you don't know where you're at. So it's nice they actually have some markers and stuff. It looks like right over here must be the overlook, maybe? Or maybe you can get down into that area and check it out. So the river is right here, and this must be the overlook part of it. And you can hear Highway 17, which leads you into New York City. I think New York City is about 120 miles away from here. Here is the overlook, and it's a beautiful spot, really pretty. Again, this is a legendary area where where American fly fishing really began. A lot of history up in this area. Kind of give you a recap of what my thoughts are here in a few minutes. Just wanted to give you a nice quiet view. So here's kind of my takeaway from this museum. Is it worth the money? $40 versus, I think it's $10 admission. The $40 is worth it for the annual membership. Can you take the family here? Absolutely. It's good for all ages. Wheelchair accessible? Yes, absolutely. Parking is absolutely phenomenal. The history, it was amazing to see, you know, what they used to tie flies with, and then the more modern stuff. Would I suggest coming here? Yes. Becoming a member? You betcha. I didn't get to see the pond. I'm not sure if the pond was that one kind of slower area. I'm kind of here. I'm about ready to get into kind of a bad thunderstorm, so I kind of wanted to get out of the rain. So the Catskills Fly Fishing Museum out here in Livingston Manor, right outside of Roscoe, which is known as Trout Town, USA. It was an awesome, really awesome day. So check it out, guys. Thank you. If you haven't already, this would be a great time to subscribe to the channel Vagabond Outdoorsman. As always, I wish you wet boots and tight loops.